what's the essence of communicating to a loved one and not having anything being affected or any change happening. In this conversation, I want us to talk about what you do in the understand each other sessions that we talked about last time. We already established that we created these moments, that we agreed on them in our relationships, that we shall have them all the time as a measure of taking inventory of our relationships to see how good or better we can make them, what can we change and what can we rectify in terms of behavior, character, what to do and what not to do. Now, when you are there are a few things that I want to bring to your attention that you may want to consider on how you're going to say what you say while there. You know what to say there, and because this is you know what to say there because it's the reason as to why you want to go there, I assume. Now, when you're there, one of the things that a very profound thing that you must consider is this. One is that you must know what it means to listen to someone when they are talking. Secondly, you must know what beneficial talking is. Now today, we're just going to go on the surface into these two subjects of, for example, the art of listening. Now the art of listening is a bigger subject that I know you might have a clue about, or you may want to go deep into discovering. But there's a difference between hearing someone speak and then listening to someone. For example, one of the things that I cannot leave out is this. Have you ever been in a conversation with someone, and as they are telling you whatever they are telling you, you're not actually listening to what they are telling you, you're just thinking about what you're going to tell them in response? Or someone is telling you something and then instantly you go into a dialogue within yourself. Like, for example, you go into judgment, condemnation, and then accusing, and then belittling whatever they're telling you. For example, someone is telling you how sorry they are about doing something wrong that they did to you. Now, because you know this someone has been having a tendency of lying to you, or you think they are lying to you, and now instead of listening to what they are telling you as to why they did whatever they did and how sorry they are, you'd quickly go into what I call the investigative or analyzing frenzy or mood, where now you start having a dialogue internally. Say, now why does he or she have to deceive me? He thinks I don't know. He thinks I'm a fool. I don't know why he always thinks that I don't know that he's lying to me. Now, as this conversation is going on into your mind, you're not hearing actually. You're not listening to what they're telling you next. So, now, you have to understand that always, if you are to get in proper communication in a relationship, if you are to get the best out of these sessions, the understand each other sessions, you have to be willing to subjugate your ego and just be there for the sake of being there. Listen to them. Listen to whatever they're telling you, however much you might consider it as a trap. But you never know. This time, something different could be coming from them. You just have to be to always give them a benefit of doubt. Even if you think they're lying to you, just give in yourself, listen, be there with them. Go wherever they are taking you with them. Don't accept to be left on the side in your inner dialogue. Just go with them step by step as they're taking you. Now, secondly, what I want us to think about always is beneficial talking. What is beneficial talking? Beneficial talking is this is when you give a speech, like I'm giving a speech now, but now this is when you give a speech with intentions of being heard, because it doesn't make sense to talk when no one is listening, or it doesn't make sense to talk when no one is going to actually think about what you say. Therefore, I'm bringing it to your attention that you should always ensure that when you're talking, you don't use a language that is going to make the other person known to hear what you're going to say next. For example, what do I mean? Have you ever talked to someone, or has someone ever talked to you, and instead of, because we are in the understand each other sessions now, instead of opening up your heart, telling your partner what you think should be done and how better you think the relationship should be run. Now, instead, you come into this mode of blaming and accusing. I wish you understood me. You will never do this. Every time it's me who calls you. Every time it's me to understand you. Why is it all about me? So, whenever you start using that language, the human mind, it's formed to protect its owner or its possessor. Now, my mind will automatically go into a defense mechanism, will put me into a defense mechanism if you come attacking me, because now accusing is attacking someone. Now, if at all you start attacking me, my mind, of course, goes into this defensive mechanism of trying to prove myself. Because you accused me of not understanding you, I always pretended to be busy. Now, my mind wants to prove to you that I'm not just pretending. In actuality, I'm always busy and I try so much to even fix some time for you. Now, you don't want to go there when you are in. You don't want to use a language that is going to evoke such reactions. You want to use a language that is open and direct. For example, you would say, darling, there's something I want us to talk about. I really don't appreciate that. It might rather, you say, for example, it's about appointments. Someone does not keep time, or maybe someone does not call you. Say, I don't know why, but whenever you don't call me, rather, or whenever I call and you don't respond, and maybe you don't even call back to check on me, what I was to find out what I was saying, it makes me feel kind of. It doesn't make me feel good. It's as if I feel neglected and ignored. I wish something. I think at least you would call and then find out. At least when you find a missed call, at least you call back, and then I think it will be better. I think it makes a difference there. Now, you see, you've not accused, you've not told him, or you've not diagonized the other person. You've just said what you feel on the inside and what you think should be done. Now, from there, they can start and pick up, and then you talk about the subject, and then they go ahead to tell you why they do whatever they do. But if at all you use the language that is accusing and blaming, you might not get the chance of listening and hearing what they are going to tell, what story they have to say about that. We shall expand on that some other time. Otherwise, if you will think about this and then see how you're going to incorporate it in your relationship, I believe your relationship will go on a whole new level. For now, I remain humble fat. Catch you again in our next conversation. Peace, love, and kindness be upon you. Thank you for your kind attention.